everybody and welcome to today's video. And in today's video we're talking about, hang on, I'll get inside the tractor and you can hear me. So we're talking about what state the country is in. So I'm just let me camera mount up. So we're going to talk about what state the country is in. So this last week it's been in the news that Heathrow is getting a new airport thanks to the government. Government's going to fund this new airport. No, not a new airport, new runway, sorry. So a new runway for airplanes. So I'll tag up a picture of what I've seen, airplanes in the sky. So, hold on, because I'm trying to multitask. So, we're going to get a new runway. So, that's obviously, you know, air traffic. The airplanes run on a lot of fuel. But then, literally the day after they announced that, they announced that they want to cut cut farmland down by, I think, is it 9 or 10%? So the amount of farmland in Britain, they want to cut it back by 9 to 10%. So, and at the same time, on the same week, they've announced that the UK population is going to grow by 6.6 million people in the next 10 years. Right? So, they're wanting to go into a bit more detail, what they're specifically saying, they're wanting to take this farmland out of production and use it to make green energy, aka turbines, solar panels, that sort of thing, to make green energy. But at the same time, they've made a new runway. They're going to make a new runway at Heathrow so that more planes can land. Which, if I can find how much fuel a plane uses, I'll tag that one. And how much emissions they give off, that'll be a good one if I can find that one out. Because they think farming is bad and planes run on fresh air. But they obviously don't. Planes do not run on fresh air. They are one of the biggest polluters in the world. But us as farmers that are plugging on feeding people, I might add, whereas all you're going to use a plane for is to travel to another country. This comes in as at a time when a couple of months ago the government, well, say a couple of months ago, like 3 or 4 months ago now, the government announced it was going to tax family farms, and then literally like a few weeks later they announced that not only are they going to tax family farms, but the money they're going to get, the same amount of money what they will make off taxing small family farms on their capital, what they've got on the inheritance tax, that same amount of money, very similar amounts of money, they're going to give to foreign farmers to improve their farming practices. So to improve foreign farming practices to help them produce food more efficiently. So they're taking our money off our British farmers, giving it to foreign farmers to make them produce food more efficiently. Why not just give it us back, or not bother taking it from us, and let us carry on the way we are, which is feeding the country, which is growing by net migration because of all these illegal migrants that are coming into the country. It's beyond belief, this. So I honestly believe that the UK government don't have a flipping clue what they're doing. They're making it all up as they go along. And the fact that they've actually taken our vote off us in the May elections, which is supposedly happened, I'm hearing rumours of that, makes it like they're trying to control us. So, yeah. But I'll get this load of slurry spread and we'll catch up. Right, so we're back. So, after what the government's announced, farmers are still protesting. I've been unable to go protesting myself, but I'm backing all them that go protesting 110% because it's all for a good cause. And But Morrison's have put out, we're on the farm, have come out and said they're on the farmers' side. They can understand why farmers are upset with what's happened, but they've come out and got a magistrate's court order saying if any farmers try and blockade them or anything like that, you'll all be arrested. So that's obviously a bit of a kick in the teeth. But there's going to come a time when there's going to be a real food shortage. I personally hope, like when COVID first come about and everyone started panic buying toilet roll. No idea where that idea come from, because COVID doesn't even make you go to the toilet route. But that's besides the point. I hope that everyone goes out panic buying food and government realises when the supermarkets have got no food in, that actually we do need farmers. Because no way could they import all the food that's consumed in this country. It's a cost a fortune. And you're saying that you'd want to get the UK down to net zero. How can you do that when you're importing all food? Fuel to get food to this country. Besides, anyway, this is another very important point. The government's big on, UK is going to get this, going to get down to net zero and all this, what have you, all this. If you look on a world map, I'll tag it up if I can. I'll circle the United Kingdom that our government controls, and that it'll be a little red dot, literally next to nothing. If the government, our UK government, got this country down to net zero, it'll be a little tiny red dot on a globe that's got down to net zero. What about the rest of the globe? They've not got down to net zero. All the other countries and continents out there, they've not got down to net zero. What do you hope to achieve? All you've achieved is that you've managed to do something that you set out to do, but actually it's made bugger all difference. So the climate change, and this is another big thing. All the world leaders, they jump on a private jet or a bloody airline and go to this big COP29 where they went to discuss climate change. But now they're going to improve it, yet they've all flown there on private jets or commercial airlines and what have you, and them airlines are burning a massive amount of fuel and releasing off a massive amount of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Personally, my other half, Izzy, said this the other day, and I 110% agree with her on this. They should limit people on how many times they can get on a plane a year. So something like if you could limit people on, every person was only allowed to go on a plane 4 times, so that'd be, you go on holiday twice because you get on the plane to go there and you get on the plane to get back. You know what I'm trying to say? It's bloody ridiculous at the end of the day that the UK government is trying to cut UK farmland back because they think it's bad for the environment, but then they're setting up another runway at Heathrow because they're wanting more people to travel on planes. It's bonkers. And it's only a rumour that I've heard. I've heard they're thinking of doing the same at Manchester Airport, putting another runway in. I'm not being held to account for that, but on the facts about that, because it's only a rumour that I've heard. But everyone that's in this country, I hope you really get used to the taste of solar panels and steel out of wind turbines, because at the end of the day, that's all that's going to be grown in this country if this government carries on the way it is. Because us farmers are producing food, and you're going to take that away. What are you going to feed the country? There'll be a massive starvation of this country if it's not careful. Because all it takes is for another country to say, we're not going to send you our food anymore. What are you going to do then? Go Keir Starmer, Rachel from accounts, Rachel Reeves, Rachel Thieves, whatever you want to call her. You're running this country down the really. But the other thing I'd just like to say is that as personally on our farm, and it'll be probably the same on many other dairy farms out there, we have to do a carbon footprint plan every year. So every 12 months we have to renew our carbon footprint, so everything we do gets put into this survey thing, and then it gives us a carbon figure and it tells us if we've been good or bad. So don't think that farmers aren't doing their bit for the carbon footprint, looking after the environment and what have you, because we really are. We are trying our best. But when our own government seems to have turned their back on us, which they have done by announcing inheritance tax, sending all money that should be going to British farmers abroad, and obviously, you know, they wanted to cut farmland back, which again, if you like using solar panels, I won't worry too much. But, you know, it baffles me sometimes the way the government thinks about things, because this is just, it's bonkers. You know, what are people going to eat? I personally hope the Labour government goes hungry, because no way should they be doing what they're doing right now, which is trying to bankrupt young farmers like myself. Because at the end of the day, sorry, I'm just multitasking at the same time. At the end of the day, all these little farms are family farms, and we're trying to produce food to sell, make a decent profit at the end of the day that we can just about live off, shall we say. But even now, I'm looking at planes in the sky now. All these air trails in the sky. It's a Sunday as well, so I bet Zacchaeus Farmer isn't working this Sunday afternoon. I bet he doesn't have to go and milk cows. I'm not saying I have to, but you know, I do have to, but I enjoy doing it. So at the end of the day, it's my own choice, but to be a farmer. But it's just baffling that the way things are going. It's just, I'd like to know who's thinking all these ideas, because I mean, they've obviously not got any brain cells. They're just bonkers. But yeah, I'll get this load of slurry spread. Right, so basically what I'm trying to say is people could live without going on an aeroplane. And this runway idea, building a new runway, is not going to help the country become net zero in carbon emissions for climate change. But people think getting rid of farmers will. Whereas you need food to eat. Aeroplanes, you don't eat them. And, you know, they wanted to take farmland out of production and make solar panels, solar farms, wind turbines and all this carry on. And you obviously can't eat that. That's taking up land. It's already, farmland is also already reducing. They're just wanting to make it reduce faster. So, yeah. I'll call this the end of the video, so if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe below, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Me and the cows will, won't we?